off. You know what? Oh,
Talk to him afterwards. That's what I do.
but then I miss on progress and new missions and fuck. All right, I'll talk to them later. Fuck it.
What do you want from me,
But
child?
I do have to talk to these guys. Heart of Rage mission. Selecting okay, you begin your final journey into the Heart of Rage. You'll be unable to return to the TARDIS until you've succeeded. Good luck, freelancer. Oh, fuck.
It's easy.
Now I feel like I have to talk to those people, but no, fuck it. Heart of Rage it is.
I'm trying to decide how I want to go about this. Do I want to use my Ranger or do I want to go with my Storm?
Assuming you can come with me.
Well, put the shit on hard for one.
Well, let's see how this go.
James,
You don't want no more?
let's just let you know and put it back.
No.
I appreciate it, Dominic, for the sub. Watch whenever you can, whatever videos I got. You know, I appreciate any watch time and subscribers I get. As I said before, trying to build up, you know, start from scratch. I plan on, in general, just doing gaming videos, some trading card game stuff, in addition to these live streams. I started off with a buddy of mine doing this channel, with Beyblade content, which, you know, mostly towards the brand new Beyblade Burst series, but me and him kind of had a not necessarily falling out, but more of like a priority shift when it came to our personal lives, so it kind of made it hard to try and do these videos together all the time, and so I just kind of took on the channel myself. Not only that, but a lot of people are disappointed when it comes to the Hasbro side of the current Beyblade situation, just because of the fact that they took away the metal. But that being said, you know, I still plan on producing a lot more content here in the next upcoming, you know, couple weeks to a month, stuff like that. So
The
I'll
fun part is,
definitely have plenty of stuff for you guys to watch, and appreciate your support.
the funny part is, him and his friend divorced, and me and him got together.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like that, right? Because of the fact that every time I'm streaming on PS4, I'm doing it with you for the sake of, you know, having someone else to talk to and bounce feedback with and whatnot, but...
I'll let you all know. Y'all don't have to like me, but you have to respect me.
At the very least, he may be rough around the edges, but typically he knows what he's talking about because he dives headfirst in every game he touches.
On top of that, I'm a relatively violent person. I can find you.
Shh, they don't need to know that.
Mark. I'm talking to Mark.
I said, ah.
Ah!
Alright, so you're insisting on hard mode. Alright, I'm
Give me my soda.
What soda?
Either you eat it or you don't touch it.
What soda?
My soda. The one you got me that everybody else cracked open.
Oh, you talking about the fuck?
Oh, Jesus, mic unplugged. But yeah,
Yeah, the one that's right there.
definitely gonna die from this shit.
Look, bitch, I don't know what to do with you. Mark, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
No, I'm not a violent person. I'm actually a nice person. Surprisingly.
Again, appreciate any recommendations you give for games that you want to see me, you know, live stream or do playthroughs with, because it'll definitely help, Dom. Because yeah, subs and watch hours are definitely important.
You can find me on stream, so I can tell you.
You streaming on YouTube or Twitch right now?
I'm on
James?
YouTube. I'm doing YouTube right now. Well, baby.
You need to change your name to a more identifiable name for people to watch, as well as put yourself on the, you know, trying to get monetized list.
Basically, I'm trying to get my hours up with him, because I already got enough hours on the stream by itself, so I moved over to YouTube.
No, I'm saying like there's a specific like process you have to start in order for it to start counting.
Oh, my hours for streams already been counting for a while. I've been streaming for a while on Twitch.
I mean on YouTube. Like
Well, I
there's
haven't done
a
YouTube
specific
yet.
like set of menu options you have to do, and then it'll start counting after the fact.
I should have
Which is a
fixed
bitch
that.
because like, huh?
I should have did that, didn't I? Shouldn't I?
Yeah, that's the one thing I messed up on when we first started doing our videos with the Beyblade stuff, is that I didn't do that, and because that didn't count those hours immediately.
You've seen more than this.
Ow.
Why are you being an ass right now?
Because last time I was here, it got wasted.
I'm not gonna waste it. Shut the fuck up. Stop being so stuck up.
They hyped us it over.
Let's see if you can meet me in the cenotaph. I know.
Oh shit. Nuked in one shot. This is why I don't like playing hard mode. This is really why I don't like playing hard mode. Because at my power level with using an interceptor, it's just like death incarnate. Die, 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 over and over.
Yeah. Do this. Hang in there.
Holy cow.
Yum yum, look. You put it in your mouth. Don't treat it
Wow,
like
what the
a
fuck
toy.
just hit me?
No.
That death ray?
What death ray?
I don't fucking know. Some random death ray at the blue.
That's your
Bro.
mouth.
Oh, so is that how you doing it?
What?
Every time you take it in?
Yep.
Alright.
I'm gonna be high at the end of the night. Way too high.
So high. Oh my god. The irony of this meme that I just found, it's a picture of Paul Ryan presenting a like PowerPoint presentation, and it says alcohol is gay because when you're drunk you can't think straight. I'm like, what the fuck?
I see the death ray now
Oh my
from
god.
here.
Yeah, I can't, I'm just like trying to bob and weave and I still can't do that right.
Alright. Now I see the death ray. I'm gonna be smart about this. Alright.
Alright. Try to take this seriously a little bit now. Try to eliminate these guys as quick as possible.
But-
Oh, there we go.
Not the good kind.
Yeah, but you can do this. Hang in there.
It actually hit me?
Ah, of course it missed him. Really?
Try to punch through your defenses.
There's a guy like right in front of you, right?
Blow those
Ah
bastards
shit,
back.
ah shit, ah shit. Woo! Alright, nope, 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 not today, bud. Really? Damn, son. Oh, we got a decent amount of multiplayer games, honestly. We don't heavily play shooters as much as like we used to when it came to like playing Destiny and whatnot, but
Good work. Keep after the monitor.
I mean we play Smite, we play Diablo, we play a lot of different stuff. I'll have to check my library and kind of give you more comprehensive list of like what multiplayer games we do typically play. He also needs to download some more of them, considering the fact that, you know, he has access to the library and whatnot. But keep in mind this as well, you know, if any times he's not able to stream and, you know, you guys want to be able to stream, I'm still willing to play games that we might share offhand, so
That sounds
it just all depends.
familiar.
Oh yeah, don't forget about the big ass fight at the end of this.
Oh yeah.
No, that big ass fight right there.
Yeah, I trust me, as a weak as fuck interceptor, I cannot stand Titans. Like they just fucked my world up no matter what I do. And it's a pain in my dick. Like, really? I jumped over that. What the fuck? Oh. Some bullshit. God. I need to start playing as something else other than interceptor for real. Ow, the fuck,
Oh shit,
really?
I hit. The hell hit me? Oh, come on.
Ow. Really?
That burn wouldn't leave.
Alright.
That batch overheated me
I don't
again.
even know. Yeah, it's not even doing damage to him, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Cause you're not hitting him in the right
I'm
spot. You gotta
mostly-
hit him in his chest.
Well, I can't. With melee, like, I can't.
Stop trying to melee him. We had this conversation last time.
Again, I was just doing my ult, bro. Like, that's... Best I can do is try to snap him in his arms.
Oh god. Oh, gotta hit.
God, his... Ah, fuck!
Gotta hit the pipe. All three of us died again.
We haven't played Terra in a long time, but we do technically play Terra. Monster Hunter World, we recently did a decent chunk of streams doing Monster Hunter World. My Borderlands, like, I had it, but it was disc only, and my disc tray got fucked up, so I can't play that as of right now.
Take one of these monsters down. Time for some
I've been considering Apex, and I did play a little bit of Paladins, so I don't mind Paladins, honestly, but it's just more of, you know, like Apex, I've been debating for a while whether or not I should play it, just because people are saying it's better than the typical
I'm
VR
done
in
again.
a lot of different ways, so... Yep,
Mother-
dead again too.
Fuck.
You wanted to do hard. You wanted to do hard. Like, it's fucking
I beat this
why?
on
They were
hard.
just... Still, you're carrying me. Like, why? An interceptor. You're carrying an interceptor. Why?
Quit.
I am a absolutely terrible source of damage against the Titan. I can't do damage unless it's a crit spot. Like, period. And even then, I maybe get like a couple of shots off before I have to move because I'm already dying. Hey. Really? Oh my god. Such a late ass fucking reaction. By the way, Roshi, what characters do you play on Terra? Because I've been wanting to try. I think, what was the newer one that just got released for PS4 Terra?
Gunner? Ninja?
No, not Gunner, the one after that.
Ninja?
No, Ninja hasn't been released as far as I know. It was semi-tanky, like kinda tanky guys. Valkyrie. I've been wanting to try, I think, Valkyrie. Yeah, Valkyrie and Gunner, yeah. I've been wanting to try both of those classes and all that, so. I definitely would love to, like, maybe create a new character and start, like, a run playing with you on that shit. That would definitely be a good thing to do.
This is starting to suck.
Yeah, we might have to take this off hard, but.
Nah, I bet this. But I lost this.
Yeah, I've done that a little bit. I don't like the fact that they like force skip you to the end of like the story, this typical story, to do the ninja. That's the only reason why I haven't gone further with my ninja. But I mean, I still do love the class. It's a really good DPSing class as a whole, in my opinion.
Hi. Hi.
I need a revive. Walk me.
Then leave it alone.
Titans are a bitch when you're an interceptor. Lesson learned. I need to start playing a different character for real.
Did you hear him?
I'm probably gonna pick up a ranger after this mission. Either that or
Black.
yeah, I'll probably pick up a ranger. Try to have a solid build of some sort. So DPS on the Century is terrible. They really do need to bring a huge buff or something.
Why is he not reviving anybody?
I don't know.
That's why he's about to die. I mean, there's a guy dead right there.
I've dabbled in both of those games, DC Universe and Skyforge. The thing for me is that, like, Skyforge is so goddamn buggy. Like, if it wasn't buggy when it came to, like, the conversations, and I wasn't cringing so much while trying to play it, I would love to play it, because, like, the mechanics aren't bad. It's just the, like, every last conversation you can have in that game is terrible. And the thing for me when it comes to DC Universe is like, there are things I like to do in DC Universe, and then there's the meta, and like, none of what I like to do ends up being meta in DC Universe. It kind of pisses me off, I'm not gonna lie. despite that, I still like DC Universe despite the fact that it's meta. Yeah, Skyforge is something else. I mean, again, if they released like a 15 gig patch or some sort that just fixed all the fucking like voiceover bullshit, and I would perfectly and gladly start playing that game again, because otherwise it's just intolerable as all hell.
What are you talking about?
Because every conversation is just so much cringe. It is insane.
What'd you say, Mark? What are you talking about?
Talking about Skyforge, because Master Roshi was mentioning it.
That game go
that
burn
he
in hell.
recently
It was
tried.
fucking weird.
Again, the game, like the gameplay itself wasn't bad. It was just mostly the other, like
Yeah,
the
that shit
actual
was
like,
fucking weird.
talking and all that shit. The talking and all that shit was just absolutely terrible.
He's trying to revive me, but he can't revive me.
I find Neverwinter to be too easy. Like, Neverwinter is just kind of like one of those MMOs that's just kind of like you walk through the game and you're done. At least that's the way it felt like to me when I started off the game, and I was just, and then like half of the cool shit you can get is
Mark, pay
like
attention. I think he's about to revive
you
you.
have to pay into, and it's just ridiculous.
He can't revive nobody.
He's not even, yeah, he's not even over here, bro. He's like nowhere near me.
He tried to revive the other guy and he couldn't revive him.
Oh, this is terrible.
But he can't even revive me. Well, if you see
Low
what-
key, worst stream ever because we're sitting here not able to do shit. Oh Lord, I apologize, people, for the lack of confidence.
Oh, finally. We all died.
Yeah, we could start a new run and die all again.
Take us out of this run, come and switch over to my claw side.
Here, I'm just gonna... How do I do that exactly?
I don't think you can, so we gotta go through it.
Hold on. Hold on, I'm gonna try. There we go. Okay, I see. So basically you have to go through most of your main levels before you actually get any really challenging content. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I don't like that out of an MMO. I played, Guild Wars 2 for a good amount of time with one of my buddies, and like, the one thing I appreciate about it the most is that they kept you busy throughout the like process of getting the higher grade stuff. Assuming you didn't do one of the, you know, auto level to this level type stuff, which most MMOs do have one of those that appear every now and again. Especially if you buy like a deluxe edition of a DLC for, you know, the MMO and whatnot, but it's still one of those situations where it's like, if the MMO doesn't like, how do I put it? If the MMO sits there and pretty much just hands you everything until you're at the final stage, it's just so boring getting to that point, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather be able to be maintained and entertained as I go through the process of it, rather than, you know, being like, oh, hey, the end game is exactly where absolutely everything is at. And it's like, well, then what the fuck am I supposed to do to, you know, be excited and entertained by the rest of the game? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't keep a balance between the two sides of it, you know, like, you know, up until end game and end game, then it doesn't really make a good MMO in my opinion. And that's the one thing I never liked about Neverwinter, is just like everything was such a walkthrough. There was like no challenge of any kind, you know, going through the game. So I just kind of quit at a pretty early level. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like endgame is kind of like where you go to get like your best stuff when it comes to an MMO in
Why can't I
general,
suck a dick,
but
man?
at the same time, if you don't have enough of an entertaining process throughout getting to the point where you're at endgame, then most players don't stick to the MMO. They don't, you know, want to keep playing. And that was kind of my dilemma with Neverwinter, is that it didn't really keep me, you know, drawn in up until I got to the point of the end game.
That's why I don't play Neverwinter.
Yeah.
It's boring.
Like, I'll give you, for instance, like, with Guild Wars, there's plenty of, like, story element and traveling and, like, things to do before you hit endgame. And once you hit endgame, there was, like, dungeons, special types of raids, you know, stuff like that that you could do. I mean, there was even dungeons you could do throughout the process of leveling. In addition to, like, endgame raids, there was, every map had their own, like, live event that happened every so often that you could use to grind more powerful gear, more specific type of items, stuff that you could only, like, materials that you could only get to be able to craft certain items that you can only get through, you know, those special events, you know, that were really good, stuff like that, as well as it even had like a PvP element where you could get specialty gear and stuff like that by participating in PvP and doing good enough in PvP, which literally was, you know, like a team-based, you know, fighting other people type deal. So it included enough elements to where, like, you know, you kept grinding throughout the process, and once you get to endgame, you got a plethora of things to do that could sit there and keep you entertained throughout the process of you grinding out your final build. And then they kept expounding upon it by creating more builds and more DLCs and stuff like that, and creating more story areas. So, like, that's what I appreciate about an MMO.
I switched to my Colossi.
I know a lot of MMOs typically do have a lot of that stuff. It's just that, like, again, it's more about how they handle the leveling process. Because, like, if they can't keep you entertained for what's to come throughout the leveling process, then getting to that end game is just kind of so menial that you don't even want to really do it. And especially if there's no challenge to it, it makes it harder to want to stick with it. Because then you're just like, I'm essentially barely doing anything just to get through till I get to, you know, where there's a challenge, and it's like, it feels like a waste of time, essentially.
Hey.
What, James, you needy attention whore?
How dare you? Are you almost ready?
Yeah, I'll just restart the mission on normal.
No, put it back on hard, damn it, because we're gonna beat it on hard.
Oh, why must you torture me? I can't do anything on hard against this fucker because I'm an interceptor.
I went against
I'm an interceptor! I'm useless!
I have less armor than you do, by the way.
I am useless! I can't push out the DPS you can, period. Like, it doesn't matter.
You can do
I can
it.
sit there. I literally maybe get a total of 10 sniper shots, period, throughout the entire match, because the rest of it is spent trying to dodge getting killed and getting killed anyways.
We can do it.
I swear to God, if you don't pull some fucking pray to Jesus level TPS out of this next run, I'ma fucking strangle you. I'ma reach through this mic and use some fucking Bob Psycho 100 level fucking psychic powers to strangle your ass. Cause I don't want to fucking have to keep running through this shit on hard just because of your goddamn ego. God damn it!
Just give me a few seconds. I'm making some new augments.
Okay. Okay, like a handful of augments is gonna save this shit. This fucking fuckery that is the fucking Titan that insta nukes my ass.
Mark.
You're gonna have to push out the DPS for 2 normal people. You
Which I
realize that, right?
can.
Mm. But I will say this, if I end up not deciding on many other games, I might pay for the DLC that allows me to be a Dragonborn, or a Dragonkin or whatever in Neverwinter. And then at that point, I'd be willing to probably play Neverwinter with
Oh,
you.
fuck you, dude. You're gonna get a game.
Just because of the fact that, you know, that is something I've always wanted to do, is to play that in that game. But just because of the fact that that's something I love to play in D&D in general, is the Dragonborn race. So it's just one of my favorite things to play. Even though I do like playing rogues and stuff in D&D as well, I do like playing like mage-based Dragonborn characters.
In D&D, I like what they call the Volkai, the Bioka. Is it Bioka?
Is that a monster race? I'm
It's
assuming?
it's a half vampire race.
Gotcha. So it's probably a monster race.
No, it's actually not a monster race. I joke. You know about that.
No.
It is not considered a monster race.
race.
No, it's not considered a monster race.
Okay, anything that isn't the standard list of races that is included with the standard rule, like which book is it? It's the I'll have to look at it, but there's like they have the DM guide, they have the standard player's guide, and then they have like the Monsterpedia type stuff.
I can't remember what book we're playing.
And then they
off
have
of.
like various extended expansion Monsterpedias that you can use, and there's a way, depending upon which version you're playing, to go about including the monsters as playable races, etc. But if they're not in the standard like player's guide of races, which is typically like orcs, half-orcs, humans, elves, you know, stuff like that. Like, there's, depending upon which version you're playing as to whether they include certain other races in it, is typically considered a monster race.
I wish I could tell you because I really can't remember.
I'll definitely keep you posted, by the way, Roshi, on whether or not I end up deciding to get that DLC, because it's definitely been something that's been on my list for a long time. Just because of the fact that it, you know, again, it is something I've always wanted to do, despite the fact that I don't like the, you know, beginning game of Neverwinter. I've definitely always wanted to try and play all that. It's been on hard. I'm waiting for you to ready up, bitch.
Who you calling a bitch?
Bitch? Bitch boy. Get in this fucking game and fuck him up hard.
I had to get a structural component for my Colossus so I can have a stronger shield.
Yeah.
Because that shield negates everything.
That is something I do. Speaking of D&D, that is something I want to do at some point. Is do some live stream of D&D sessions and stuff like that. I've got a couple people that I know are that are kind of down for the idea of it. But you would technically have to be like on a Skype chat type deal.
I will be on a Skype chat to do it.
But I mean, it would be kind of weird trying to work it, but we'd figure out a way just to make you at least hearable to the audience. But yeah, that's the general idea. They've come up with a couple of they have this one like tabletop game digital piece that's kind of like a big tablet piece that you can use to like have like tabletop games on that I recently saw on Facebook that was kind of
well, here's the thing, Mark. If you want to get,
it's like a Kickstarter or if it's like an actual thing that's already out or what. But if I could get like a really big version of that would be perfect for D&D, because then you could like create custom digital layouts and just have like figures be placed on them and then like see their movement range and all that stuff. And it would just be great to have that for the sake of a D&D session.
Anything's coming, we'll know. Just focus on the mission.
You will buy a game, motherfucker.
Well, yeah, I mean, one of them's definitely there. Oh, shit. Definitely gonna be Jump Force, most
No,
likely.
it's gonna be Devil May Cry 5.
Okay, so he really wants me to get Devil May Cry 5 because he's saying it's gonna be multiplayer, but, I mean, I don't know. Like,
Freelancers.
it's most likely gonna be one of those situations where he's just gonna kick ass at it, and I'm gonna sit there and be like, well, I'm only half doing as much, and it's just gonna be like him walking through the road. So that's one reason why I'm like, I don't know if that's gonna be entertaining enough, you know, like, no. Oh, shit. Oh, that David guy just invited us to a party.
Nope, I'm not doing it.
So once a month you pay to increase your VIP level to max, essentially over the course of time. I guess I kind of worded that weirdly. So you're paying for VIP levels $10 a month, and eventually you'll get to max. Is what you're saying, Murphy?
Yeah, but you can do this. Hang in there.
And what exactly the benefits of doing that on Neverwinter? Outside of like occasional like rough items and like stuff like that that's just kind of like not worth much.
You know what the damage on that was?
After the monitor.
Mark?
Ow.
11,000 plus, because one, the damage from a crit shot, and then the proc damage of the blast.
Oh, from the aura combo?
No, from it just blowing up. You get two different damages. I got you, Mark. Attack him while you can. That tickled, bitch. You wanna know what? Get the fuck out of here.
Kenny, but I told this motherfucker that he would love playing the Colossus, and he didn't believe me. He's like, no, bro, the Storm's gonna be the best. I'm like,
I play as a
"Bro, you
Ranger
don't
more
love
than
the
a Colossus.
I know you do, but that's only because you discovered that they actually have an OP fucking build that's a lot better than most shit, but that's not here or there. My point is that you were dissing the idea of playing a Colossus, and then you fell in love with the idea of being able to play Colossus. I did find out what they could do. Oh boy.
Pickle!
I'm gonna die.
Pickle!
Guaranteed. Yep. Dead.
I got you.
Don't revive me just yet. Don't revive me just yet. Ooh. Okay. Ah, fuck.
Oh no, my shield!
I hate this fucking shit.
No, they killed me finally. What? What's up?
You know, linking that in the chat doesn't make it easy to look up, you know, right? Oh, shit. Just send me a general idea of, like, the best things you can get out of the VIP deal. Like, I understand that there's like a lot of like, you get an increased amount of doing this type of thing per month and shit like that. Really? I jumped over that! Oh my god, I jumped over that! Oh, what the... This is why I hate Titans. Like, their AoEs are too strong. Like, the area of effect on that wave blast is just too high. Like, it needs to be stricter to like the visual area, because otherwise I can't fucking dodge it effectively. God damn it. Not only that, but in this arena area, it's one of the few areas that I can't fucking just outrun it outright if I want to. Ugh. Fucking titties, bro. I'm not gonna lie, like, trying to do hard on an interceptor is just like, you feel like a giant sack of shit, honestly. Especially if you're not like endgame like me. Like, I'm not endgame at all yet, and it's like, I feel like a waste of space. Alright, bro, I can at least try to revive this dog fucker over here. Nope, nope, I'm getting hit hard. Shit. Yep, I'm dead. I tried to come save you, I swear. Shit. Alright, I'm gonna try to see if I can look at that link you said. Oh, wow. So the link showed up for me in the actual live stream chat, but when I go to the YouTube app to try to fucking actually click on the link, that message doesn't even exist. Okay, so...
Whew. Barely alive.
Okay, okay, so basically, every day you get, okay, so that's kind of worth a little bit of, you know, spending to be able to get, you know, a specialty chest that, I understand that. It's kind of like a monthly renewal thing, kind of like with what they do on GS, to where you can have the, you know, everyday login, you know, get special stuff pack. So I do understand that. It definitely, especially in certain MMOs, if they do it right, it can definitely make a difference, but it doesn't guarantee that. Oh my god, what the hell? I can't even stay alive for 2 seconds. But yeah, the stuff like that does help when it comes to like VIP type stuff, but it's just like, I don't know, if it doesn't help enough, like, outright, like, what kind of thing can you get from that special chest that you said you like? That's kind of what concerns me, is because, like, if most of it is, like, garbage, or if, like, there's cool stuff, but the drop rate for those cool stuff is low, it's just kind of like, is it worth the money? He's actually pretty low health for once, holy shit. Ah, shit. I didn't activate them all earlier. Really? So legendary items actually drop from that. So are they all like material items? I heard, I see that. Are they all like material items, or are some of them actually like raw equipment or weapon drops? Because it's one thing if like, because like, with Grand Summers, with the monthly, you know, like everyday login bonus type stuff, if you end up at the end of the month and whatnot, you end up getting like significantly good materials that's usable for some legendary equipment that's like really good in endgame gear if you craft them. So like, are you talking about some of the legendary drops being that type of stuff, or are you talking about like just general?
We'll be seeing you soon.
Looking forward to it.
Okay, so it's a little bit of like just about anything when it comes to legendary status then. So how effective is any of the stuff that you get that's legendary? Is it like the cheap legendary stuff, or is it like the good legendary stuff? Because we all know there's some of those like dummy items that are just like, oh, it's legendary, but it ain't shit. I'm sorry, I know I'm kind of being picky here when I'm asking these questions, but like, I really do have to know, because like, if I'm gonna actually make the decision to buy that DLC to get myself that specific race that costs like $70–80 just to get, and then decide to do something like VIP, I gotta know if it's worth it, you know? Like, I can't be wasting that money. I already did that on GS already this month, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so it's only good based on units. So what characters does it typically produce good stuff for? I guess that good characters are good classes. Does it typically produce good stuff? Because if I keep that in mind, I can then base whatever class I choose to do based off of kind of that if I decide to do the idea later.
I'm still with you. Good to hear your voice again. Maybe you should fall back and get out of the storm. No. I won't leave you to do this alone. Get close to the grounder. I can shut it down.
The storm's getting worse by the second. We've got to hurry. How touching. Your little friends are back. I'm getting all misty-eyed.
I'll give you something to cry about.
Yeah, that's typical for a lot of MMOs. Like, again, I know I'm using a lot of references to Guild Wars 2, just because I played it the most when it comes to MMOs in my experience. But typically, if you there's a like a personal stash, even in Diablo they have this, a personal stash where you can share it amongst characters of the same type, etc. That allows you to basically be able to access certain things. So like if you get extra good shit for a different character, you can use it for that character, etc. But like again, like I didn't really get far at the beginning, so like I want to kind of try to maximize, if I decide to do something like VFB, I want to maximize what I can do at first, and then kind of worry about whether or not I get further later when it comes to, you know, trying to buff other characters and, you know, the gear I get for them. So that's kind of was my intent behind asking, you know, which ones does it have a tendency to produce better gear for when it comes to like classes and shit.
Incoming!
They're sending brutes your way.
My only way of surviving is to ult. Jesus.
No! I gotta take another hit in the bowl.
Ah, shit.
What time is it?
315. Oh shit. I know.
Okay, so kind of caught up there with the message, but I get what you're saying. Like, when they make balance adjustments, it's, you know, one thing or another. I was just kind of more curious about which class it tends to favor when it comes to drops. But I will say this, you know, I do understand that with each patch, you know, new classes and new stuff becomes more prevalent than another because they try to balance things out, etc. I mean, that's typical for an MMO, and how they balance things just to kind of keep things fair because, you know, certain classes can't, you know, maintain power forever. But despite all of that, it just kind of... Okay. Yeah, I was just curious because of the fact that you kind of did make it seem like that certain classes have like more drops, and, you know, on a atypical basis, not on a literal statistical basis, but just more like it seemed like, you know, this class or that class got more drops. But that's just kind of the way you presented it, at least in my opinion. But I do understand that in general that it does, you know, that's typically just a standard random deal.
Come on.
But yeah, that was just
Why
my kind of curiosity is, you know, your opinion on whether or not it seemed more or less one way or another when it came to how the drops were. But I don't know, it's just, MMOs are a kind of finicky game, because, like, you can invest so much into, like, a super OP class and then have it turn around and get nerfed so fucking hard, especially when it comes to, like, PvP elements if they're included in a game, in an MMO, just get nerfed so fucking hard that it's just, like, game the fuck over. Like, you wasted so much time investing in that build type. Trust me, I know that feeling though when it comes to like MMOs having to deal with them switching on and off between how they do things. Because like I was trying to build a
oh my god,
build
what is going on
for
here?
A class on Guild Wars 2 for a good amount of time, and then it got nerfed and stuff like that. And then like there's this one healing druid class on Guild Wars that I was trying to build that was really good. And it got nerfed, and I was just like, really? Let me get one good PvP win. For the love of God. Like, it's just... That's the one thing about balancing in an MMO, is like, the second you find out something's good, they try to nerf it. And it's just like, I waste so much time trying to figure out how to get the shit I need to build this, and then you take it from me.
What?
God. Again, useless waste of space because we're doing this on hard. It's just terrible.
Where did you kick it to?
I guarantee I will probably have the lowest amount of XP because of this shit on this mission. Oh my lord. And again, keep this in mind, Master Roshi. Technically, again, not including Masterwork and all the extra buffs I can get out of all that bullshit, this is technically the best build I can do. Running Acid Bomb to get damage reduction, or, you know, defense reduction against the enemy, and then try to do the best to one-shot him with the best damage dealing detonator I have, which is Tempest.
Learn whatever you can.
It's the shittiest fucking shit. And then running snipers because it's the best damage I can output with a, you know, interceptor.
This is the heart of rage. I need my cipher. Okay? You may have beat me here, but I am silencing the cenotaph. He's not here. The monitor's dead.
Not dead. Transcendent. One with the Anthen.
Oh shit. He fused with the Anthen. Woo. When it comes to vaping, I'm mostly just sub-ohm tank. I've been wanting to get into doing doing actual, you know, drip tanks and whatnot. Especially with the squonk tanks out and whatnot. It's just been really hard to find like the financial time to sit there and invest into it and then take the time to actually learn it. Learn what I need to do to be able to, you know, like make the coils and stuff like that. It's just been kind of hard. But, you know, despite everything, I do try to invest the best that I can get. Right now I'm running the, I've got the new updated version of the drag mod with the, Falcon King tank, which now has several coils that use, instead of the standard wood pulp that they revolutionized, the bamboo fibers that they now use, which can last up to 3 to 3.5 weeks. I know the OG squonks are alright, but like the newer squonk tanks that I forget which model it is that they recently came out with, it's a lot better, just simply because of the fact that you can have like a direct fill nozzle.
What happened? He's part of the cenotaph now.
But honestly, like, it's good for someone new, not for a veteran, I would say, when it comes to building an actual coil and whatnot, because people that can build, that are veterans that can build a coil, it's better for them to do it without something like a squonk tank, because when they have the raw ability to put the juice in and use whatever the fuck mods they want to, they can optimize their output to where within a couple hits they can fill a fucking room, you know, with fucking cloud and shit like that. And that's really where, you know, the best of, you know, the build your own coil game kind of hits in, you know, is your ability to sit there and maximize your wattage, maximize your flavor, maximize your actual smoke production for the sake of actually being able to
naturally. Sometimes if I'm out in the red room I heal automatically. If I'm in a room that's like red I don't heal.
But yeah, actually being able to, you know, essentially create a competitive, so to speak, for, you know, those that actually vape competitively build when it comes to cloud production and flavor and whatnot. For those who are doing like chuck competitions rather than trick competitions. So squonk, like I said, it's good. The squonk boxes are definitely, they're good, but they're not, you know, the best. I love this shit in this game. The derpiness in this game is just crazy, because like I've been perpetually in my ults this entire time since this fight has started, and it won't kick me out of it. But I'm still dying to his hits, despite the fact that I'm supposed to have invulnerability and whatnot. I can still fire shots, but it's still showing my meter as being in my ult and shit. It's fucking weird. The glitches in this game are freaking crazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I can't even see my health bar because of the fact that I'm sitting here with nothing but my ult bar staying constantly up because it's glitched out. So what's your opinion, okay, granted, I would love to have your job, by the way, Roshi, being a fucking worker at a vape shop, but, what's your opinion on the Falcon tanks in general, like the Falcon, Falcon Resin, and Falcon King tanks? I'd like to hear what your thoughts are on those tanks. Just because of the fact that I've been recently getting into them because they have typical longer longevity and good flavor. I'm a person that loves having good flavor just because of the fact that my taste buds are kind of fucked up a little bit. So, you know, having good flavor production means actually getting flavor for me in comparison to, you know, the average user, in which it would be strong flavor. So I just kind of want to hear what your thoughts are. Oh, really? So the Falcon. Okay, so what actual mods are being used with? Because you're saying that the Valkyrie and the Falcon tanks are killing in competition. Falcon is a Horizon Tech tank, so I'm wondering what smock mods are being used with the Falcon tank in competition. Why? It's because, again, as you said, they're killing it when it comes to the vape game. And trust me, I understand why the Falcon tanks lineup is definitely killing it, especially since they're backward compatible on coils. Because honestly, just the flavor and cloud production is great, despite the fact that there's such a low wattage. Like, I've vaped at tanks that can go up to like 120, and vaped them at 120, and still got the same power production I'm getting out of my Falcon tank right now at like 85 watts.
I might start vaping instead of smoking cigarettes.
Let's finish this.
So, Voopoo Drag, that's a setup I have. I have the updated version of the Voopoo Drag that recently came out because they got a sleeker model of it. And then I'm using the Falcon King tank. So, are you specifically saying, because like typically in competitions they use a lot of like, stick mods just because of the fact that they're straight to battery, like battery straight to coil with no like in between mechanisms. So is there a different version of the Voopoo Drag that's like that, or is it just straight that combination? Because if so, I'm kind of happy about that. Because I have that exact, you know, Falcon with Voopoo Drag mod setup. This is seriously like the weirdest glitch ever. Like, I'm still able to do everything. Okay, I just ulted, and it kicked me out of having the ult screen, and then it goes to cutscene.
Hey! Give us a hand!
Alex, say, what are you doing here?
Okay, so what do you mean by box mods versus mech mods? Because I'm not 100% familiar in those terms. I understand box mods because there are several different types of box mods, but what do you exactly mean by mech mods?
The Anthen was
I'm kind of
interfering.
confused
I
by
couldn't
that.
reach you. I have to get to that machine.
I got you, Faye.
No time to lose. I can hear the Anthem. What do we do? Dominion seals. To get you to the cenotaph, I need to get closer to the Anthem, like the monitor did.
Go. While you can. You got this.
Faye!
Oh shit.
Come back! It's beautiful.
Faye! Faye!
No! Don't fucking stay in that shit! Oh god.
You okay?
Oh man.
I heard it. I heard it and I let it go.
Faye, we did it. Did it.
Okay, yeah, so mech mods basically is where you don't have the touchscreen and you can't control you know, I get you what you mean. So the stick mods that I was talking about is essentially where you can't control you know, the wattage and you know, box mods. Okay, so what exactly like
No, I
mech
didn't.
mods did they actually have for Voopoo Drag? Because the Voopoo Drag I have is what's
maybe I
considered
wanna
box mod
renegotiate.
by
But more
what you're talking
importantly, who's
about.
gonna fix my Strider?
So what would be considered, what did they have that's actually competitive
Well,
when
I'll
it
tell you
comes
what.
to, you know,
You help me fix it.
no wattage control mech mod? Because I'm definitely interested in seeing, you know, if I were to go that route, if finally at some point soon, you know, trying to figure out, you know, what I would do to, you know, get the best output, because that's the kind of person I am. I was like, I prefer the best output for what I prefer, you know, which is why I like my setup so much. Like, I keep constantly, that's the weird thing about me, is like I cycle through mods and, you know, tanks to try to figure out what I like, you know, like the best output for what I like, while still saving money and whatnot, and it's like... So, is
That's a
Dominus
lot
a
of experience, bro.
mod or a tank company? Yeah, I got to level 22, hell yeah. 6k fucking total XP between fucking both types. Hell yeah. I'll keep that. Get rid of that. Keep that. Keep that, since that's like my favorites in my old setup. I'll keep that. Keep that.
Yeah, you got like 30,000 people to talk to.
Huh?
Now you have 30,000 people to talk to.
I ain't gonna talk to a single one of them bitches, cause I'm fucking tired of that bullshit.
If you don't believe me, watch it.
Fuck all that.
So you want to do some strongholds in?
So we're officially at endgame, or do we
This
have
is
another
endgame.
mission? to
This is
do?
endgame, but there is one more mission that we do later. Well, that I'm currently working on the fucking super long ass one I'm doing. Challenge of
Okay, so
Ava.
it's a mod company? I'll definitely have to look that up. Is there a specific mech mod that you would recommend out of the Dominus company? Because, like I said, like I'm kind of, I've been looking into getting into that side of things for a long time, like the, you know, build your own clothes side of things. It's just like, with how busy my schedule is between, you know, again, doing this YouTube mess, you know, doing y'all crazy asses in Grand Summoners, and then, you know, grinding in Grand Summoners, and then on top of that, work, and then family, you know, making sure I make time for my wife and my daughter and all that bullshit. It's just kind of like, you know, finding time for certain smaller things is kind of a little harder to deal with. So that's why I've been postponing it for so long.
Go to sleep.
Why do you say that it's a downgrade going from box to mech? I understand that, like, convenience-wise, it could be considered a downgrade, but like, there are, like I said, I've had buddies that have been able to produce so much more flavor and cloud production out of their custom, like, build setups with mech mods than I've ever been able to get, which again, like I said, is more, the flavor is extremely important to me because of the fact that my taste buds aren't the greatest, so. Yeah, I can understand that, like, the battery life